So I'm going to be designing a YouTube channel banner today, a simple YouTube channel banner today under 4 minutes. So let's begin. So we're going to open a default page. I'm going to start it from scratch. So this is a default page, default design. So don't put your pixel app on your Android phone or iOS. This is a default design you're going to see. So firstly, the first thing I'm going to do, we're going to change the size. So first of all, click this three dots. We're going to change the size. I'm going to be using a type for the YouTube channel banner over here. We'll go to presets. Then you're going to change to 2560 and the height is 1440 YouTube channel banner in default. So this is it, we have it right here. So let's remove this text, we're not going to be needing it. So I'm going to click the text, I'm going to remove it. So thereafter, let's start bringing in our images. So first of all, we have 3 to 4 images in the picture I'm going to bring in. So let's start bringing them in. So we're going to be taking from our gallery. We're going to do this pretty fast. My gallery, take the first image. So we'll bring that in. So also have others. Let's quickly bring in images. So we have our next image, gallery. So also have our next image right here. Quickly bring this in. So this is big, to resize this. You can hold this icon right here and resize it to our size we want. But let's bring in our image we need before we start designing. Go to over to our gallery. Let's bring in more images. So I'm going to be designing a YouTube channel banner, and this channel is basically a channel that plays game. So that's what we're designing for. So let's resize this over here. So let's position this. So I think we also have one more image to bring in. So let's unload our images. So these are just random game pictures that I collected, and I removed their background using background eraser. And get the background eraser app from Play Store or App Store, and basically use that to remove the background of any app that you have, any game. So you can just basically add this. So let's unload more images right here. So we have other, we have background eraser. So let's bring in more images. Okay, let's unload this. Let's bring in this. We're going to reduce the size. So this is just the manual way of reducing the size. Let's delete this. So we're going to bring in this right here. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to be making sure all the sizes are equal. So let's bring this over here. So we have this. So we have this. So you see the images are sticky. So we're going to go over here and pin some images. And when we lock this, they're going to be sticky, so we can work with the ones we need. So we add this over here, also this. Also add this. If we need more images, we can add, but for now these images will be okay. However, the next thing we want to be doing, we want to also add the logo. So we can add a simple logo. So So we can add a text logo, we can design a text logo, or we can just add a simple logo for ourselves. So adding a text logo, we can just go over gallery, and order, and we can come over here and pick a simple logo. So I have a lot of logos right here, so you can pick one of the random logos that I've made earlier on. I'll reduce the size. So I'm gonna add the logo. Now this is when the client that you're going to be using giving you a logo, but if not giving you a logo to use, you can just actually add your own logo. So we're going to be deleting this. We're going to add our own text logo. To add a text logo, we'll go over to the text section. Let's quickly add a text right here. So just type this. So this process is longer, but if you have already made logo, you can just easily add that. So we're going to put logos. So we're going to go over to fonts and change the font. So in my fonts, you can see a list of downloaded fonts they have downloaded. Over here, you can see a list of default fonts that's going to be given to you. So there are a lot of default fonts right here. So these fonts are basically default fonts. You don't have to purchase them. They're going to be given to you. So the different fonts. So you can just use this. You can also increase the size. We're making a text logo basically here. So if you are working with art logos, so we're just making a text logo right here. Text logo. So we have something like this. So let's position this relative position. We centralize this. We have done that very quick. So relative position, by position we bring it. Okay. We just centralized it. Move it upward a bit. Nice and good. Also, we can also add a subheading in front of the subheading. Home of tips. I just put this home of gaming tips. So if the customer should give you this any text to add, you can just easily add it right here. So for reducing the size, you can also change the font. Home of gaming tips. So let's edit this also. Change the size. So we have home of gaming tips. Now let's reduce the size. So centralize that. So this is this. So this is a 34. Let's position. Let's position this the center. Also move this a bit upward if we want to. Nice over there. So we're not done with this. With the gamers, we can make this a 3D test if we want to beautify it. So here we have it, a 3D test. I'm supposed to want to add a stroke. Add nice stroke, nice. Okay, making it more realistic. So the home of gaming tips also. So we're going to add a stroke for that also. Stroke. So we're going to use a gradient. So how to use a gradient that would work. So this is a gradient. We're going to change it this way. Let's do this like this. So I hit the plus icon. I want to change the gradient size. Then if you're okay, press good. And after we're going to be adding our Facebook handle. So we can add as many handles as we want. So what we need to do is to go to our gallery and take the image of our Facebook, reduce the size manually. Now if you want to reduce the size manually, it's more better and accurate if you reduce the size in the relative size. So right here we can reduce the size and width. So reduce the size. Now let's position this. So let's move it this way. So we're going to add tests. So we're going to add tests of customer names on Facebook. So we'll put at the gamers. Done. Okay. Let's change the font. Go over to recent font, blogger songs. Okay, let's change the font. After we have to change the text size. Let's position this right where it belongs. So let's move this faster. So we have this here, Facebook at Zale Gamers. We can also add as much as we like over here. We're going to leave it as a sample. We can also copy this, go over here, copy this and add it in as much places as you like. So you can add this in as much places as you like. You can add it over different places, but because of the timing I'm going to leave it there. So lastly, let's make sure we pin all this. I'm not going to move. Let's try to pin all this. So I basically have that. So now we can add our overlay. So there's one last thing. Go over to gallery, order, Vanguard Visa. So we can add this. Firstly, to make this more bright. Sorry about that.